Great. Okay. What's the control click? The control trick? So I'd use a lot of different types of walls. And what I've had to do before is whenever I was editing them, I would have to like disassemble and click and do all sorts of stuff. But what chat told me today is that if you have a wall type like this, if you hold control, it will replace whatever wall you click on. So you don't have to like do this weird thing where you like, okay, delete, and then like find the wall and then go back to it. You know, like you can just control click and it just replaces. But apparently it also works with splitters, which is super handy too. So yeah, cool. There we go. That was a loud high wow. I love it. Emily Lynn with a $10 tip.
At CohhCarnage, did you know if you hold control when placing structures, you can place them in a row quicker because it snaps to the guidelines?
I do. Yes, I do. Thank you for that. That's a great tip, Emily. Appreciate your $10 tip to the mod team. Thank you. Okay. All right. We are producing a metric butt ton of these now. In fact, so much so that we may be significantly overtaxing it. We'll see here in a minute. But what I need to do now is also get these iron plates hooked up. What are you merging? You aren't even merging anything. You're just there to be there. Yep. He was just happy to be there, chat. That merger was just happy to be there. You know how it is. We're all sometimes that guy that's just happy to be there. We're all that guy sometimes. Okay, so we need an input of 90? 18.75 times 3. $146.25. So we're going to need significantly more than we have, unfortunately. But you know what? That's not the worst thing, because we do, I think, have the ingots to handle this. Of course, we'll find out in a second. But we already have an ingot backup, so... The beauty of modular building. You'll love to see it, chat. You'll love to see it. Oh, wait. Are we doing... You're the one thing here? No, smart splitter. Yeah, that's right. Oh, did I copy smart? I copied smart splitters. Whoops. Oh, wait. We can redo this. Hold on. I've never done this before. Let me try this real quick. So what we can do, because what I just did is I accidentally put smart splitters instead of normal splitters. But what we can actually do is if I go here, let's see if this works. I can just select splitter and hold control and click on those. Badass. Okay, I like that. That's great. That's fantastic. Okay. $20 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's enough. What were we needed like 150 something, right? Yeah, I think we did it. Chad, I think we did it. Awesome. Okay, great. Excellent. Oh man. That right there, that feeling is like, that's the satisfactory version of beating an Elden Ring boss. Right there. It's that same feeling where it's like, I'm done. I won. I did it. Awesome.
Applause, please.
All right, we did it. Great. Okay, so what that did was that just dramatically increased our production of these plates, which we need for all sorts of different things in our base. So that's awesome. Now that we have done that, we need to go to here because that was actually not the main reason we were doing that. We were doing this because we need to do our actual assembled thing, which I don't even remember what it is right now, but but we're working on that now. Okay, let's see. It was something for the rotors. Maybe it was just these. Hold on, was it just these? Let's see. Let's see. Maybe it was just these. Because we're working on these right now. We're doing this one. Oh, that's right. It's the modular frames. Okay, that's what it was. It's the modular frames. So we need to get a bunch of frames going in. So we're gonna do this one. Okay. I like the alternate. I should have mathed up there real quick to see what we need, but that's okay. So these are eventually going to pretty significantly back up in our storage, especially at the rate we're making them now. So that'll back up probably down the line, just like this concrete, which is fine. That's what we wanted to do. Because I don't remember if we're using any... Are we using any iron plates in any of our systems up here? Yes. But man, it is not going super fast. You are being used here. Yeah, these only need like 3.75 per minute. So that's not much at all. Okay. It's like under 11. How many are these producing per minute? You're 15 and you're all 5.625. That's a really weird number. But still, we're producing like 30 plus. Okay. You need 2. Okay, that's doable. 2 is doable. All right, a little bit worried about the steel pipe production. We are using a lot of steel pipes. Thankfully, as you can see here, our production is pretty good, but man, we're like, oh, that's right. We didn't turn some of them on. God, we're so smart. Look at us planning for the future. Like we actually know what we're doing. Okay, so we're gonna leave that right there. Awesome. Okay, now we need a splitter. Poppy right there. You know what's I'm gonna hey Barry, is it okay if I say that publicly, you think? Okay. Or should we not? What do you think? All right. So, funny story, guys. I want you to see something. Let me just give you an example of some of the stuff that we deal with here. I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to show you my chat right now. When I look at chat, this is what I see. Just to give you a little peek behind the curtain here. This is where we are these days with bot detection and everything. This happened 10 seconds ago. This is what I saw in my chat room. And what these are is this is a bot attack, but Twitch detected it and restricted all of it from you seeing it. So all of these little restricted things you see, I see that because I own the channel, but none of you do. So see, that's the problem. That's what's so nice about Twitch these days, is whenever these bot attacks happen, like Twitch sees it on the back end and every single one of those accounts gets flagged. So if they try to go to another stream and do it, all those accounts are dead. All those accounts are dead, which is kind of fun. So it's, you know, the whole cat and mouse game we were talking about earlier, like, yeah, that's part of it. And that's pretty nice these days for sure. Those have not, that tech has not always been around. Oh man, I can tell you that from experience. That's a very nice, more recently implemented tech just in the last few years. Mm-hmm. A Twitch W, is this the end of the world? Well, to be fair, it was implemented years ago, so it's a, don't get too excited. Don't get too excited. Just not a lot of people know about it. Okay, now we're gonna bring these plates back in. How do I want to bring these plates back in? You know what? Maybe I just want to pass them through. No, I do want the plate passing to be at the end. Gotta redo this, man. This I don't like this. Okay. Oh, damn. Just got a flash flood warning. Almost assuredly Helene stuff. By the way, if you are in the path of Helene, the best to you. The best to you. Hope you guys are okay and safe. Hearing some not good news about it. A lot of houses underwater right now. Am I in a basement? I am in a basement. Yeah, I am. Hold me. New plan. Think. How do I want to do this? Let's do it like this. There it is. Oh, and if I put one here, it'll line up. Oh. 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 Almost. 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 It can look better. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, that is so much better. But most importantly, what we can do here now is with this in mind. Now we need to be careful where we do this, because not only I might want more here, I might want more here, and I might want more here. Now we can expand both of these down. We got lots and lots of room for expansion down, and of course we can make more floors. This place is designed to have more floors. So oh, there goes my power. Okay. So, let's see. We'll split this here, I think. So, like, right down the center. Do right here. Stream's about to go down. Oh, no, I have a generator. I mean, I hope it works, but I do have one. How long is my generator for? So the way that it works is all of my infrastructure is hooked up to UPSs. So if the power blips, then my all my UPSs keep all of my stuff running for about 15 minutes. But then I have a diesel generator. The diesel generator takes time to kick on though. So the UPSs keep everything going until the diesel generator kicks on. What's a UPS? An uninterruptible power supply. It's basically like imagine a battery that sits in between the wall and your computers. And if the wall stops supplying power, the battery kicks in. They usually only last like 5 to 10 minutes. They don't last long. And, but they're designed so like you can shut your stuff down and not have it just turn off basically. One sec. Okay, weird. Deal with that later. So let's go up here real quick and pull down what we need to get these rotors back into our area. UPSs are great to keep your network on until the internet supplier loses power too. Yeah. Thankfully, very thankfully, my internet is fiber and it's enterprise fiber. So my fiber connection actually plugs into a local cell tower, and the local cell tower is on the town's backup. So thankfully my normal Spectrum internet has gone out multiple times while my fiber internet stays on, which is great. I have actually not had my fiber internet die yet, ever, and it's been years. So, but you know, I would hope so with how much I pay for it. that makes sense with how much I pay for it. So I would hope that it stays on forever. But yeah, it's I'm very, very lucky in that regard. Of course, I just jinxed it by saying that. And for the guy who's about to DDoS me and make me eat my words, I understand, and I thank you for the lesson. But yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. How much is the fiber a month? About $350. About $350. It's about $350. Where did I put these? I think these are down here. No, how much is my internet actually? So, the unfortunate reality of my internet is that me and my family, when we found out we were having our third kid, we started looking for a new house.
IP detected in chat.
Because we needed a new house. And in the process of looking for a new house, we inadvertently found our dream home. And like everything we could have wanted kind of stuff. And that's awesome. And this was like 3 years ago. This was in the middle of the housing crisis here in the United States. And the reason that's important is because we were very much like, house is perfect. Let's get this figured out as fast as we can. And, you know, and we'll sweat the details later. So when we first started looking at the house and stuff, I of course brought out my laptops and did a bunch of internet testing, and all the testing I did at my new house, internet seemed fine, standard spectrum, whatever. So we bought the house and moved in, and basically I as chat will remember, the day that I basically had like this minor breakdown because I realized that the internet I thought was going to be fine was not going to be fine at all. It was my testing had not, basically what had happened is the internet at my property now has good days and bad days, but it has far more bad days than good days. And it got to the point where like I couldn't stream from my house. So what I did for years, not years, about a year, is what I did was I would wake up in the morning, I would drive to my old house, and then I would stream from my old house, which meant we couldn't sell my old house because my old house became my place of business. And which was a whole nother can of worms. And so that was the whole thing. So TLDR, even though I've already been speaking for a while now and kind of completely invalidated that statement, what happened is that I had to look around to get, like, I wanted to live in my new house. And like, we were already planning like a giant basement renovation for my studio, which was one of the reasons we bought the new house, was so I could work from home. So I had to start looking for other options. And I spent about 3 months looking for options, poorly, not finding anything. And then I found a company that has never done what they did for me before. What they normally do is they normally put internet in buildings, like in downtown areas. That's what they normally do. And they kind of thought about it and they worked it out and they were like, okay, here's the deal. What we can do is we can dig a fiber line out to your house, but it's not going to be cheap. And then what we could do is you would essentially pay us like you were like normal, like we were doing this in a building. And I was like, how much is that going to be? And they're like, you probably don't want to know. And I was like, okay, how much is it going to cost to set up? And they were like, again, don't want to know. And I was like, are there any other options here? And they were like, you're going to, they actually told me, they were like, you're going to want to look around. I was like, okay. So I spent a bit of time looking around, but sure enough, man, I mean, like, because of where I live now, there's very, very, very few options. There's very few options. So I ended up going back to the first company, and sure enough, we worked out a deal. It cost 6 figures to bury the fiber line to my house. It was over 5,000 feet of fiber wire going through multiple neighborhoods. We had to spend about 3 months just permitting. And thankfully, the company is using me as a test to see if they can expand their network. So even though the cost of the fiber line was 6 figures, my cost was not 6 figures, which was very nice of them. That's one of the reasons I did it, was because they were like, okay, the whole cost is this much, but you have to pay this much. And I was like, okay. Now, granted, my monthly internet fee is still 4 figures. That sucks. But I have 5 gig internet up and down. It's asynchronous, which means it never gets slow no matter what I do on it. And I had to sign documents with the company promising them that I wasn't going to start my own ISP in my neighborhood. Because they were like, yeah, with what we're putting into your house, like you could literally run an ISP. You could supply 300 people with your connection and none of them would see any data drop. So you're going to need to sign documents saying that you're not going to sell this. And I was like, okay. And I have to admit, one of the best parts about this whole story was the 20-minute conversation I had to have with the head of this company, explaining to him why a guy is willing to pay this much money to play video games in his basement by himself. Like, when I first started talking to this guy, he did not believe me for a second. He thought I was insane. I'm pretty sure he thought I was like a COD bro trying to get a better ping for his multiplayer games. He literally was like, you know this is not going to make your gaming better, right? I was like, I know. Like, let's talk. We got to talk about what I do. But no, by the end of the conversation, not only were they totally on board with it, but they were like, okay, let's do it. And they've been fine ever since. I've had a few problems since then. They've been super quick to address it. So, but yeah, that's my internet story. That's my internet story. So it sucks, but you know, sometimes the solution that works isn't the easiest, and you just do what you got to do. So that's where we are. That's my internet story. Boop. There you go. That must cost 4 figures a month, though. Yeah, I pay 4 figures a month for my internet. It's very expensive. But again, it was either this or don't work from home. Like, I spent like, God, half a year looking for options. I probably talked to 20 different companies. Like this was the option. Thank God, too. If I wasn't able to do this, like if I wasn't able to find this company, I don't know what I would have done. To put it bluntly, I don't know what I would have done. So yeah. Yep. It was a very, very lucky break, and I will eternally be thankful to this company for being so cool about it. Because like I said, most of the stuff we're doing with them is not normal by any means. They had to make a whole bunch of... They had to bring their lawyers in to make new legal documents that didn't exist before for me to sign in their company, which is, again, very cool of them. They could have just said no and not dealt with it. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. Do not want to name the company. I am not naming the company for a few reasons. Primarily because I try to obfuscate a little about where I live these days since we moved. So if I were to name the company, you could probably Google it. So, you know, like I said, it's a very specific situation. So I don't really want to, you know, put all that out there. Hope you guys don't mind. Okay.